Hi guys, Ange here, thanks for joining me. Now I don't know about you, but I have had a few struggles with this self-isolation and lockdown at the moment. I'm going to share with you some of those struggles, so stick around to hear what they are. If this is your first time joining me, thanks and welcome. My name is Ange. This is a friendly space where I upload beauty reviews, tips and other things that tickle my fancy aimed at the more mature woman, because I believe that we can still be fab over 50. If that sounds like you, please consider subscribing by clicking on the subscribe button down below. I would love to see you back. And I'd also like to thank you very much, all of you, for taking the time to tune in to my channel today. We are only into day 11 of our mandatory self-isolation, lockdown, whatever you'd like to call it. Now, I know that for many of you, you are in the same situation. I just wanted to share a light-hearted video on my beauty reality in this lockdown. First and foremost, I would like to say that on some days I really have been struggling. And I think yesterday was a classic example. I don't think I even put a brush through my hair, and that's really embarrassing to say. But I think because in my workplace and how it just ended super abruptly, it was just, I had the sort of stuffing knocked out of me, I think, a little bit. And so the odd day I really can't be bothered. And I have just been really slack and schlepping around in my trackies and even my dressing gown and just finding stuff to do like reading, watching YouTube channels and watching TV shows. That's basically what some of my days have entailed. I do have a big to-do list, and I am slowly ticking some of those jobs off, but I'm probably only doing about 1 or 2 of those a day. So I do need to get a little bit more motivated. I do have to say, by filming beauty tutorials or filming something for my YouTube channel is a definite boost, because I have to jump in the shower, put a brush through my hair, do my hair, put some makeup on, and I do feel a lot better. So I'm sure that after I have filmed a couple of videos here today, I might be a lot more. Let's get into some of the beauty struggles that I've had, that I've discovered in the last 11 days, and we've still got another 2.5 weeks minimum to go here, so it will be interesting how it pans out. First of all, would you believe, on the last day of work, because being at a school, even though New Zealand sort of semi-locked down on the Monday, because we were in schools, we were allowed to stay open, staff only, on the Tuesday and Wednesday to prepare for home learning for students and to prepare locking the schools down. But we prepared packs for the children to do home learning and organise all of that for them over those 2 days. And for me, it was a matter of finishing up my job, because in 2 weeks from that date I was starting at another school, so I needed to make sure everything was tidied up. And on that last day, with a half hour to go of work, I busted one of my powder gel nails, and I busted it way down here. It hurt. And then I couldn't go and get it repaired before the lockdown, because all those sorts of amenities had shut down 2 days prior. So I'm thinking, oh my gosh, I've got these beautiful long nails and one busted one. So my thoughts were that I was going to come home and cut them all back and make them short. There was a problem with that. Yes, I did cut them all back and made them short, but because they had like the acrylic coating on top, they looked really bad. So I know that to get them off you need to soak your nails in acetone. Well, it turns out the only shops that are allowed to be open at the moment are essential services, so that is our supermarkets for food, although we are lining up for that with the 2 metre distancing, and they're only letting in so, you know, minimal amounts of people in the supermarkets at a time. So I did try to get down to the supermarket whilst getting some other grocery bits and pieces, but it turns out the supermarkets are not allowed to stock anything with acetone base in it. So I was a bit stuck there. So then my husband tried to find something in the garage that he thought might work as an acetone alternative, and I have to say it smelled terrible. It smelled like petrol. I tried a couple of nails, and I tried soaking it in the cotton pads and putting the tin foil around them, and it did nothing. So I abandoned that idea because I don't think it was going to be very good for me in any shape or form. So what I did is I filed what I could down, and I've been able to rectify them by finding leftover press-on nails. And as I have done a video in the past of my press-on nails, I do have a wee collection of them in this little box here. They are just odd sod sizes, but between what I've got left over, I can make up a set. So I've made up a set with these so far, and I've used the glue this time to glue them, and they have lasted a lot longer than me using the press-on adhesives. So far so good. That's 11 days with these on, so I am going to have to take them off soon to replace them, because your nails do need to breathe and have air for them to stay nice and healthy. But that is that. I've been able to compromise and come round with sorting my nails out, because I could not keep the layer of gel coating on there. It just looked terrible. So thank goodness I was saved with these press-on nails. Secondly, I do my eyelash extensions, and I'm getting really low on the lashes that I have. I do have probably just under 2 sheets of these to be able to keep topping up my eyelashes. So I am going to ration them out as much as I can to just replace the ones that really need replacing as they fall out. So because I cannot replace these until the lockdown is lifted. So it could be that by the end of the lockdown, if it is extended, that I am back to my bald little stubby eyelashes. Not the end of the world. Must point out these are all just tongue-in-cheek first world problems, and just wanted to film something a little bit light-hearted, so please don't be offended that I am talking about these things. It was just a bit of fun, and thought I would share my beauty reality. And whilst we're on that subject, I'd love to hear from you down in the comments below. What have you been struggling with? What have your beauty realities been during your self-isolation? I must admit, this has been an awesome time for me to use up any dregs of any skincare that I have. I am a little bit naughty where I've had, you know, half bottles, quarter bottles left, so I have made a very conscious effort to use up all of those skincare items. So I do have an empties video coming up, and so that has been a positive where I can focus on using up the skincare that I have, making sure that I've used every last drop, because it's going to be a bit more difficult replacing those items. I'm not going to be forthcoming just buying and trying anything new. It will be essential skincare items for a little while that I can replace, as it will be with everyone all around the world. This is impacting us financially, and so we just need to pull our belts in just a little bit, and my obsession with beauty just needs to be put on hold for a bit. I have been enjoying my new face every day, and you've been using it a lot longer than I have been up until now. I've just had more time during my day to be able to take the time and use this device, and it doesn't hold grudges. If you haven't brushed your hair, it will still help you out. So even with hair unbrushed, I'm still using my new face. This is also the perfect time to use some of my masks that I've had sitting around that I haven't used. So I think I actually might use this when I start reading my book. I have got a book out to read, but I've been my mind, it's only been just over a week, has been flitting here, there and everywhere, and I haven't had the concentration to actually sit down and read a book. The only time I do read a book is when I'm on holiday, so I haven't really got into a holiday mentality and haven't been able to sit down and read a book, but I'm hoping I can get there soon, and that's when I will do something like a sheet mask. I haven't used sheet mask before. I have only tried one, and that was the Charlotte Tilbury dry face mask, and I found that a little bit unusual. It was very expensive for what it was, and I'm not sure if I felt anything amazing for the price of it. So having something that's got lots of moisture on it, I will give this a try. I'm more of a mask person where you can leave it on your skin when it comes in a tub or a tube, because these are not environmentally friendly with the masks on them. But I do have that one. It was sent to me as a extra when I placed a skincare order, so I will give that a try. My biggest thing that's affected me in this lockdown has been my broken tooth. I broke my tooth 3 days in. I broke it on a Friday evening, so I couldn't get hold of any dentist over the weekend. In that time, the broken tooth, it has literally broken in half, so it's sort of got very sharp edges here, and everything on the inside, and half of it has just gone away. But I had these very sharp, jagged edges on the tooth. So over that course of the weekend, it absolutely cut up the back of my mouth and the back of my tongue, and I was in a lot of pain. Went and had it fixed on Tuesday. By the time I got hold of a dentist, I got it patched on a Tuesday, because it turns out dentists are not allowed to do any dental work on you. It is very basic, emergency only. They're not allowed to use drills, they're not allowed to use their tools. So it was a pretty much patch up job, which turned out less than 24 hours, half that patch actually fell out, and I have got a sharp bit there again, but it was enough time for my tongue to heal a little bit, and it obviously was very, very inflamed, because I couldn't talk, I couldn't drink water without my tongue slicing every time on that sharp bit. But I think in the time that I did have the patch, my tongue was able to go down in swelling, and even though I've still got that sharp bit there at the moment, the half bit that's still patched is protecting my tongue from getting sliced up anymore, which is so good, because that was so painful. And I have to wait until the end of lockdown before I can see the dentist to have it fixed properly. So that was a bit of a bugger, excuse my language. Something that I feel I'm in two minds about this. I feel very shallow that I'm disappointed about this, and I feel that I shouldn't feel this way. But we had our holiday planned for Hawaii. We were supposed to leave in 2 days. In 2 days we're supposed to leave to go to Hawaii for our holiday, and I was really looking forward to it. And I had been holding off on buying skincare and makeup because I had a list. I wanted to go in store personally and buy these items while I was there, and I had this list that I had been holding on to for a while, and now I'm sort of on a no buy, very restricted buy, that I still can't get those things that are on the list, even though we're not going to Hawaii, and I might be able to get them online. I sort of can't at the moment until we are more reassured of where we lie going forward. So I'm really gutted, and I know that is the least of my problems in the scheme of things with everything going on, and I should be thankful that I'm happy, healthy, and that we are home and we didn't go away and get caught while we're away. But a part of me is very disappointed that we didn't get to go. And on a light-hearted note, not a very serious note, that I've missed out on my shopping list that I had prepared. So never mind, I have plenty to keep me going in my stash, and that is what's going to be exciting to do over the next few weeks, months, however long things are going to be a little bit tougher. And then last but not least is that now that I haven't got some of the items that I'm used to using for cleaning my brushes and my sponges, I have sort of looked outside of what I'm used to, and I've found new ways of cleaning these items. So I've come up with an option of cleaning my sponges of just using a good old bar of soap, and this is just a bar of soap you get from the supermarket, and I have just started cleaning all my sponges using said bar of soap. And what I do here is that I wet my sponge under running water, and I let it expand to its maximum size, and I keep it so that it is soaked and full of water, and then I rub it and soak it up on this bar of soap and get all the soap into the sponge. Then I squeeze all the soap and the gunk from my sponge out, and I repeat this several times until my sponge is clean. So that has been something that I have discovered whilst being on lockdown, as I'm not able to purchase my normal cleaning paraphernalia. Now for my makeup brushes, I have discovered a solution for cleaning my brushes, and that is some dishwash liquid, some white vinegar, and a cup of hot water. Then I stand my brushes in this solution standing up, so I use a jar here, and I soak for about 15 to 20 minutes. Then after that has soaked that long, I just take the brushes out, run them under running water while massaging the bristles of the brush, then forming it back into its shape and lying it flat on a surface, not upright, but lying it flat so that the water doesn't sort of seep into the ferrule and muck up all the glue for your bristles. So lying it flat, and I just repeat this process until all my brushes are clean. Now this is working out really well for me, and I may continue using this regardless of the lockdown or not. Okay guys, so that's my beauty reality in lockdown at the moment, and I'm sure as the weeks go by I might find some more. Don't forget, please let me know in the comments below what have you discovered is something that you hadn't thought of prior to this lockdown that might let you down? Or also, please tell us, let us know down below in the comments if you've come up with some makeshift ideas to get you going through this lockdown period when it comes to your beauty. I thank you so much for joining me today, guys. I hope you're all safe and well. I hope you're all taking care of each other, and I really do hope you've had a beautiful and a wonderful day, and I look forward to seeing you next time. See you later, guys. Bye.